up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Chill. What's going on, y'all?
What is going on? What is going on?
Popping, y'all.
Is that like a Stevie Wonder remix?
Yeah, it sounds like it. What's going on?
Yeah. Is it Stevie?
What's going on?
Yeah. No, that's not Stevie. That's Marvin.
Yeah, Marvin.
Damn.
Marvin, yeah.
Yo, make sure our parents don't see this. They gonna get vexed.
Damn.
You out here saying Stevie's Marvin. It's like,
Oh,
what's
man.
wrong with you?
I told someone the other day about how Marvin Gaye's dad shot him. They're like,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
They didn't know?
Yeah, damn right I mean.
Damn.
Marvin duped up his dad. He went in the room, got his gun, came back, duped up his son with a shotgun. Not even a shotgun, it's just a
Wait,
shot.
why did his dad get mad? What was it that he did?
No, because you know how West Indian parents be sometimes. No, I'm not trying to say anything about our black people parents, but okay, sometimes our fights get into like looking real kind of physical, but maybe so the kids get scared. And at that point, if you're living at your parents' house and you're bigger than your dad, you may have to.
You puff up the chest.
You might puff up your chest.
Yeah.
You might drape up your father. It might happen.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes.
I mean, we've all had it.
We've all had it. You know?
I mean, I remember what happened with my dad.
Listen, I draped up my dad one time, and I didn't even get to. He just looked at me and was like, listen, I'm going to sit my ass back down. But you see, Marvin didn't. Marvin actually duped up his father, gave him 1-2 tumps in the head, and then, and then kept going to his father's room and yelling at him still. So Marvin was like, all right, I'm done. I'm done puffing my chest. Went back to his room. Dad's like, oh, yeah?
And he popped him.
His sister said, Dad always said, if any one of us ever laid a hand on him, he'd shoot us.
Holy shit.
He shot him.
God damn.
Pop, pop.
Dang.
Moral of the story, children: just disrespect. Don't disrespect your fathers, or
I mean, for fear that your dad's gonna shoot you, that's pretty extreme, bro.
Well, for fear, yeah, true.
That's nuts, though.
You
I
never
mean,
know
damn,
what happened.
he's a man of his word, I guess, right?
I think that was about. He's like, well, I can't go out like some punk. Can't let this kid just hit me.
Crazy. That's nuts. Yeah, that's the problem with our egos, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, kids
can't let your
hit.
son. Whoa, wait, who can't get hit?
I mean, little kids today. That you tell a little kid that now, like, okay, let me tell you about Marvin Gaye, Billy. All right?
Yeah, I was just watching something where some lady called her 46-year-old woman living with her grandmother, called the cops on the grandmother because the grandmother tried to wake her up and the girl wouldn't get up, so the grandmother smacked her.
Right, I saw that too.
Yeah. And the girl, 46 years old, called the cops on her grandma, and they had to actually take the grandma because of domestic violence report. They had to do something.
I would have come and tumps up that lady myself. Be like, you're calling the cops on your grandmammy, bro?
How you gonna call the cops on your grandma at 46?
No, that ain't right.
Like,
sorry, what did the grandma do again?
The grandmother. So the girl's over at the grandma's house. She's sleeping. She's living there. I don't know if she's. Yeah. So she's living there. The grandmother told her, "You have to get up."
Yep.
Tries to get the girl up. The girl doesn't want to get up. So the grandmother thumped her in the head or whatever. I don't know. She laid hands on her. The way a grandmother's allowed to do. Because it's grandma.
For real.
And she's told you multiple times, get your ass up.
She got those ancestry hands, right? Been through some shit?
I mean, at this point, I kind of want to know what she's trying to get her up for.
Oh, I don't know.
Probably
they don't say.
Work, probably to not be a low life.
Maybe it's get up and get out of my house because it's my house. At that point, it doesn't matter.
I got some friends coming over.
That's true. That's true.
It
doesn't matter. That's true. If it was like at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and you just went out, or you were just,
no. This was like home. A regular hour of the day, like middle of the day. Like I see what you're saying.
It's probably a get out of my house situation.
Yeah. I see what you're saying because I did the same research.
Grandma can tell you to get out the house at 2 a.m. too. So I mean, still.
I'm gonna tell you to get out the house whenever, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Grandma could come over, tell you to get up out of your own room, and you gotta listen.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sleeping in your room. Get out. Yeah, okay, Grandma.
Get out and do something with your life.
I was gonna play video games. No, you weren't.
Yeah.
Grandma.
Back in my day, we played with a stick and a rock. You go through that outside.
Yo, you think you could play video games when you're in trouble?
No.
The best thing is like I'd wake up. I just gotten grounded or whatever it is. I'd wake up and go to the living room. My Super Nintendo's still out. I'm like, he didn't take my Super Nintendo. Turn it on. It turns on. I'm waiting.
No
the
games.
Cable from the Super Nintendo to the TV is gone.
You got him.
He didn't even take the console. He just took the cable, knowing full well you'd be like, yes.
How evil is that, dude?
God
At
damn.
least take the whole thing. Don't let me see it and like get my hopes. It's just like getting crushed. And the rest of that day, I was like, man, I gotta fall in line, I guess, right?
Listen, shoot. God damn.
That is some skillful
honestly,
mental games.
That's something I would pull on my kid, maybe if like they got in trouble. Kind of like, this is what it's like.
Yeah.
It's not a democracy. It can't be a democracy, right? In that situation, you can always hear your kid out, but you want your kid to listen to you. There's got to be some sort of illusion of power. Unfortunately, sometimes with some kids, it's obviously needed. But
yeah, my favorite though is if for me, I would just hide the remote, because kids nowadays, they're not about that get up and change the channel life. So they're just going to be like, oh.
I'll do you one better, right?
Oh.
See, I'm unplugging their mouses. I'm unplugging the keyboards. I'm taking your charger away. So, yeah, use your device, but use it wisely.
Yeah, once it dies.
You're done. I'm taking the spare charger.
50%, and they have like, they're like putting on battery save. They're like, I just need you to last a little bit longer.
Oh, your laptop charger gone, too.
Oh, damn.
Everything's gone.
Use it sparingly.
Yeah, sparingly. Have fun. And I'm changing the Wi-Fi password, so you got to do like 96 riddles to figure that out. Riddle me this, children.
Oh, damn.
I was going to say the TV remote one it's kind of a moot point nowadays, because your phone could be a TV remote.
Oh,
now.
true. The LG.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, the LGs. That's true.
I'll show you, Dad.
Okay, kids. Geektastic Cypher here on FranklinArmstrong.com.
Sure.
Doc Holiday with your boy.
Skin deep, a.k.a., whatever.
True.
Many names.
Yeah, I was going to say, how dare I interrupt you? Never done.
A.k.a. the wielder of the Infinity Gauntlet.
You got to bring back a Lando one these days, because the movie coming out,
True. So Bando Calrissians is back.
Yeah.
Out here in the Bando. And yeah.
and me,
live from T-Dot.
Tobi live from T-Dot drinking that. Is that ginger ale?
That's club soda, man. I told you guys. I got a club soda addiction, right?
Just the club soda?
Just club soda.
Dude, I just like sparkling water, man. I like the fizz.
How do you drink carbonated water? I don't understand.
I used to like, I think I just like soda before, and this is kind of like the best alternative, and still drinking water. It's 0 calories. It's good for you.
Drink 7-Up.
It's even got potassium. It's got 110 milligrams of potassium. Do you know that in clubs?
Is that
in clubs? I'm reading the can right now. It's probably not true. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Oh man.
What's the other one? What is it that bananas have in abundance that's really good for you? Is it
potassium?
It is potassium.
Yeah.
So the healthier option would just be to eat a banana.
I can't eat bananas anymore.
Oh,
here we go.
He's about to insult bananas, and the internet stopped him.
Yeah, they're like, don't say nothing.
You can't say nothing about the banana industry.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I hate bananas, man.
I used to love bananas.
Take your doles and get the fuck out of here.
Oh man, I used to love bananas, and then like recently, I don't know, as soon as like 2 years ago, every time I eat one, it's just like, oh, this is good, and an instant throw up.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so I have like a wild allergy to that. Peaches, something like
Oh damn.
I can't eat fruit.
Meanwhile, I pretend to have an allergy because I just don't like to eat bananas.
That's terrible.
I don't pretend, but I just never.
I still got some banana muffins at home.
Anyways, yeah, this is turned into a random conversation,
which is great.
We are back. We were here last week. If you guys got to check us out, we were at Retro Expo MTL
on Sunday.
Over at the Delta Hotel downtown. That was a big, awesome day. Big shout outs to everyone that came through. Michelle Franklin, the Team Square Idea.
Chill.
Miriam Khan.
Chill.
Andrew from Geeking Out at the Tower podcast.
Chill.
And thank you to Daniel for having us over. Lee J for coming through. Danielle for holding down the table while we're doing the broadcast.
Much appreciated. And whatnot.
Yeah. Definitely much appreciated. So thank you. And then to Billy, who filmed it, who was filming the whole time. Poor man, at one point, he's just like, hey, man, I'm going to have to sit down on this next one because my back's... I was like, dude,
yeah, man,
take 2 chairs, put your feet up by all means, man. I'm not out here trying to make you work. Like, you just... Yeah. This is your Sunday. Thank you for coming out,
Yeah, shouts to Shutterlens, shouts to Billy.
Yeah. Shutterlens.ca. Check them out if you're looking for something.
Were the Squared Idea guys there? I don't know if
Yeah, Squared Ideas boys came through. They did the second to last segment. We talked about their new comic book, Elements, which is super interesting. Very interesting concept where the elements, so fire, water, wind, and earth, are like ancient like gods.
No,
And they run everything on Earth, a la Wanted. You know how in Wanted the criminals ran the world, so they run the world in their different ways. And then the story's about how that world is, and you have a protagonist, and it sounds super interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. It sounds really cool. That one's from Farino. Yeah. Squared-idea.com, definitely. So the DTD this week, Battle of the Deadpool Villains and Affiliates. Skinny, this one's your selection, so I'll let you run it down for the people.
Well, this one is to coincide with the release of Deadpool 2 that is coming out this Friday.
That reminds me, I gotta buy my tickets as soon as this episode.
Yo, that's so funny because I just thought the exact same thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go Friday and get lucky, like I've been.
Oh yeah,
I've been lucky.
I like my IMAX seats though. I'm not gonna say what the seats, but I like my specifics.
True.
So I'm gonna.
I like having my seat taken care of. I don't have to worry. I can get there whenever I want. It's just there.
Because where do you go see it?
I see it at no.
Okay, that's fair. I'm kidding. That's true. I don't know. You don't need to be getting out your info like that. That's fair.
Actually, I'm surprised that came out like that. No, I usually see it at Guzzo or Cully's and Grogley and somewhere in the West Island.
That's
That's
fair.
But this week we have the Battle of the Deadpool Villains / Affiliates, and I mean I picked a nice array of characters that are morely from the Deadpool comics. One in specific is supposed to make an appearance in the movie. That is Black Tom Cassidy.
Yeah.
For those who know, he is the brother of what's Banshee? Banshee Cassidy.
Oh yeah, I don't know what Banshee's real name is. Damn. Sean?
Sean Cassidy.
No,
Sean Cassidy.
Is it Sean?
Yes.
Oh, because Sean Cassidy's a singer. Okay, that's funny.
So Sean Cassidy, we're gonna go with that, and Black Tom, which I'm assuming his name is Tom Cassidy, are brothers. And also in this list we have Agent X, who is I believe a clone of Deadpool, and they have the same power set, except for Agent X is just a little bit more gritty, and he doesn't do the whole fourth wall breaking thing that Deadpool does. And then there's Madcap.
So wait, hold on. So he's immortal technically too?
Yes. He showed up in a Cable and Deadpool comic book that I read, actually a couple books that I read, in which Cable was like, he got full control over his virus and he no longer had it, so he was like,
dope.
He was godlike, and he was just like out here going crazy. And and then there's
I always never really like that when the villain kind of has the same skill set as the hero, and they're like a stalemate like that. True. I don't know. I feel like there needs to be a weakness for either one. Yeah, and then the other one finds a way to take advantage of it. But anyway.
And Madcap is an insane character who I actually have a comic that features him, and that's the only reason I know about him. And based on his weird jester costume. But essentially he can't die. Like he was.
Yeah, I don't understand. Everything I was reading about him, I was just like, wait, what is this guy's power?
Like he was essentially dousing this dousing this chemical while he was being killed or so on. And then he just basically can dismember himself, blow up, get burned, do all sorts of madness, and just be okay. He's the only thing is that he's like seriously insane.
Yeah. He's
completely
he's
insane.
Batshit crazy.
Like the fact that he can't die and nothing affects him. I guess he feels it or he doesn't feel it anymore. It just drove him batshit crazy, more than Deadpool. So yeah,
I like that. If you go onto the Marvel wiki, his durability is like out of 8, it's a 6.
It's 6.
I was gonna say I was looking at that too.
Yeah, it's like you can't get any more durable than this psycho.
Do a quick run through of his bio real quick, if we could just get like his
origin story.
Yeah, the first Mac, or the accident. Yeah, the man who would become.
So the man who became Madcap was a religious man belonging to a group that organized a trip. This man, his parents, and his sister Katie went to the trip in a bus with some other man. Who wrote this?
It's terrible.
They really wrote it for like some kids. Anyways,
so
the gist of the story is AIM was there. There was some chemical X07 that included enzymes that incite a rapid healing in human bodies. Accident killed all the people in the bus except for Madcap. So whatever that chemical X07 kind of seeped into him, and he's just can't die.
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy.
He threw himself into a car, tried to kill himself.
If you look at his
go ahead.
If you look at his weaknesses, it says mental illness is his weakness. What?
Yeah, because that's the only weakness he has. That he's batch crazy.
That's weird. Okay.
But the thing is, one of the things I find interesting, he's not a mutant. He's just a human who got mutated, kind of like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's just which is interesting because there's not a lot of those in Marvel. I felt like there's Captain America, Spider-Man, Madcap,
Deadpool.
No, but Deadpool's a mutant
Deadpool
originally.
was- yeah.
He had a healing factor.
Yeah,
like I'm
that's true,
saying,
that's true.
people who start from Jump as just humans and
And
then
then
done
turn
got
into-
messed up
yeah.
by radioactive
She-Hulk.
spider.
She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, Hulk and She-Hulk, and Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There must be more of them. There has to be more. I'm probably
There
just
are
not-
more, but they're not the ones that are in prominence.
2099 Spider-Man. Any Spider-Man, essentially.
Oh yeah, any Spider-Man. That's true.
Uh,
Like
and-
any Venom really too.
Oh yeah, Venoms.
Right.
And
Scorpion.
Wait, what? Does Scorpion have a thing? I thought he was just in a suit.
That's it. Yeah, he's just in a suit. Oh wait, no, true. Okay.
What about Goblin? Also Green Goblin.
Does he have powers? Or is it just a suit?
Well,
He has an
I mean,
enhanced
he has
strength from
it's
his.
kind of like
His chemical.
yeah, exactly.
thingy.
Yeah.
Kind of like Madcap, where he's like insane too.
Yeah. That's true.
That's true.
That's one of the things about the villains. All these like heroes get doused in these chemicals. They're okay. The villains do it. They all go crazy.
Yep. And then Black Tom.
I guess it's a 50-50 thing, right?
Yeah. It's
Peter Parker could have easily been a villain. in that
That's
case.
true.
Yeah, he could have easily gone insane.
Right?
Insane Spider-Man.
That's
So they
true.
we're just seeing one version of this reality.
That
Another
is
reality, he probably turned into like
True.
a villainous Spider-Man, and Hobgoblin is actually a good guy, or stuff.
Oh, for sure. There's a universe like that. We definitely should check that
They
out.
should. They
sometime
should
later
make
or
one.
next time.
So
So who wants to start?
I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
So I'm going to actually drain Madcap. Why?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Because
We
I
just
feel
went
like
over, 5 minutes.
no,
of why
insanity
he's
would be
crazy.
cool. It would be a smooth groove. I don't mind. I want to kind of see how it would be like.
Okay.
To just drain it. I hope I would
What does
keep
it
my
feel like to be
sanity.
Crazy.
I hope I would keep my sanity,
I'm
but I don't think I
crazy.
would. And,
I can tell you how I can feel to be crazy right now. While you're talking, I'll just keep whispering insanity into your ear.
Okay,
And then
cool.
you can see how that feels.
Yeah, that'd be nuts. Let's try that. That'd be great. So yeah, definitely gonna drain Madcap because it just can't die. It'd be cool. See, that is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
All right.
There's always just a voice in your head saying stuff, and you're like, what the hell's going on?
I'm gonna team up with Black Tom because I'm still not too sure what his power is. In the cartoon, the man carried a wooden stick, and then he just had beams that would shoot out of his wooden stick. So I think he can channel energy through wood, or he could take.
Pretty much.
I saw a comic in which he turned fully into a tree.
Yeah,
and his hand was all clawed up. So I think he can become trees too. So Black Tom as a tree man. I'm teaming up with Tree Man.
Did you know that 9/11 was an inside job?
So I'm teaming up with Tree Man. I'm gonna definitely be Madcap, going crazy out here, and
Who
I'm
knew the
getting rid
color
of
purple was
Agent
such a good-
X because Agent X, aka Nyoji or whatever his name is that
Yeah.
they added to him afterwards, is just like a silly whoever created the character. I'm looking at you, Bendis, or somebody. It's just lazy. I'm not so down. Who created him?
Let's see.
Oh,
Hold on.
oh.
Created by first appearance. Oh, Gail
Gail-
Simone.
Gail-
Aw.
Oh, damn. I actually like her writing.
You
She does
failed
an
on this
amazing Wonder Woman run. Anyways, okay.
Well, yeah. Agent X, you basically are Deadpool with an X card on your head, and you have none of the humor. Boo.
Damn.
That is the end of it.
Wait, he weighs 555 pounds?
But he's like 6'2".
Shut up.
But he's 6'2".
What? That doesn't even make sense.
He's
That makes
200.
zero sense. If you're looking at the image of what he looks like, it doesn't even look like he weighs. Get out of here, 500.
Why?
What?
Yeah, what? Because that's what it says, right? Once again,
Yeah,
you're-
exaggerate.
So we did read through these characters before, but sometimes you don't pay attention.
Previously 215, and previously 215, and previously 215, and now previously 215, and now he's currently 215, and now he's currently 555. So what? He retired and got fat in his retirement?
Oh my god. Is that?
He got comfortable. He's just like, yo, I'm comfortable in my life now.
So weird.
I'm just gonna.
All right. Well,
Okay.
if that's the case, then I'm definitely killing off Agent X.
because he got fat.
You want to know? You want to know what's crazy about
You're
that? Is
fat shaming right
I currently weigh 215,
Oh.
and it said he previously weighed 215, and now he weighs 555. I don't want to
You're
be
scared.
555.
Yeah. I like that you're just like, that's not me. I'm killing that dude right now.
Nah.
That's hilarious.
So I'm not speaking that one into existence. I'm gonna drain either these two. Ah, man.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
I'm sorry, I made it hard.
Yeah, because Madcap is just
I know.
mad, but he does have a weakness. Whereas, I mean, it doesn't seem like
I mean,
Black Tom or whatever.
Black Tom has a weakness in the sense that he's a tree and you could chop him down. I mean,
Yeah, but then he can regrow, right? He
Oh, there's a
regenerates.
okay. Yeah, but
Yeah,
Madcap
he
can't
regenerates.
die. That's That's the other like
Yeah,
Madcap.
I mean, both of us can't die, but one of us is insane. I'd rather not be the crazy one.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
So
fair.
I'd rather the crazy one be the guy that I'm teaming up with, and whenever he gets out of line, I actually will make him believe that life is meaningless, and he might, he might he might get stuck in like an offing himself loop, just because he's so. And by the way, this is a joke. Depression.
Disclaimer.
Just saying, this is just all for jokes. And yeah, that's
believe
it.
And yeah, that's
Train Tom and team up with Madcap.
Hot damn. Okay, I'm draining Black Tom.
Yeah.
I'm teaming up with Madcap.
Of course.
I'm essentially doing what Tobi did. Agent X seems chill, but as someone who
I'm surprised you haven't heard of him, honestly. Like, you being the comic book buff, like, I know,
yeah. I like, it just makes me want to read more comics, which is dangerous, because you know how remember that time I binged 80 comics in a weekend?
Don't you have that Marvel subscription?
Yeah, I have the Marvel Unlimited, so I could probably read everything he's ever done.
It's there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long weekend, y'all. Because right now I'm reading a lot of Iron Man.
Okay, why?
But all the stuff after Iron Man is like dead. So
Riri
Ironheart,
stuff?
Riri and Doom.
She's disappearing soon.
Yeah, it's rough. First of all,
rough.
they give her 1 year run, and then they just bounce her out, and they go back, Iron Man 593, and we are looking for Iron Man again. We don't care about these other characters. Like, that was rough.
That's there's a reason. It's because she came during a time where there was a mad blitz for some reason for diversity, and the only ones that really stuck around are Ms. Marvel and Miles Morales. Really?
Well, Miles Morales was before the rush, so
and Ms. Marvel
he kind of started the rush.
Yeah. I'll agree to that.
Ms. Marvel's coming up, but I never really kind of took.
People got mad excited when Kevin Feige said we're gonna do a Ms. Marvel movie, and then I was like, I looked up the research and listened to the actual clip, and Homeboy just said, "Oh, we definitely sort of want to do something." It's just like, pump your brakes. He didn't say he's doing that for sure.
Some people are crazy.
Yeah, like how are you gonna introduce Captain Marvel and then the next movie introduce Ms. Marvel?
Just throw an Arabic baby in the movie and that's it. Cameo. Shut up.
Yeah.
That's true.
Kind of like
there's your Ms. Marvel. It's a cameo of a little baby there. Boom.
Yeah, that's true.
And if they were smart, they would throw in. Listen, if they make this movie and Jessica Drew is not in this movie as her best friend,
best friends. Yeah, that's true.
I'm smacking somebody.
No, that's a good point.
I'm smacking someone in the smacking somebody.
He made a good
point.
It's
set in the 90s though.
Yeah, no, Spider-Woman was still around.
They've been friends for years.
And she was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
You're getting Smith-act if she's not there.
Everything he's saying is true about the character. She's
either
been around.
She's either with her wherever she is in some sort of coma, but no.
Yeah, because when they do Civil War 2, one of the whole big stories is that Marvel sends Jessica to investigate stuff that the Ulysses has been seeing. So Civil War.
Marvel sends or S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Captain Marvel sends her because she says, I need you to do me a solid. I need you to go on missions to confirm if this kid is crazy because I'll trust you doing this research and finding out. So she sends her on these missions, and her comic for like that whole Civil War is her going on missions trying to figure out if Ulysses was right. And then her trying to reach Captain Marvel to tell her like, yo, something's weird about these predictions. Anyways, that's a whole other thing, but if you guys are interested, read Civil War 2. You'll get a very interesting perspective of Captain Marvel. I think you get the version of Captain Marvel that they're really trying to push for the movie in that story, the one that's really about military and trying to save the world at any cost. So yeah, that's the DTD, guys. So we're going to jump to the next segment right now. If you guys are tuned in on the live stream, please, on Facebook, please switch over to the stream on FranklinArmstrong.com/live.
We're not leaving them on this time around.
No, last time we just did it because we were celebrating the fact that we got number 9 and we were all excited. So
people really
like man, that. I wish we were number 9 every day. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, people enjoy that, but you're gonna have to tune into the website.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. We got the website. We're streaming it right now, so you guys can flip over. We put the link right at the top, FranklinArmstrong.com/live. Boom, boom, click. Right there. So thank you guys for tuning into the live stream. And right now we're gonna jump into View the Right Thing here on Geektastic Cypher. So, Tobi, hit me.
I've been all over the place. I've actually been catching up on old shows more than watching new ones right now.
Dope.
One show that I'm catching up on, I think you were watching this before, Timeless.
Oh yeah, man, I've been telling you it's a good show.
No, it's surprising how like it's I can't describe it in terms of like the level. It's not campy.
No.
But it's a show that you'd expect to be campy.
Yes.
And if for somehow, some way, it does a good job of like skirting those lines that it never falls into campy, but it's still lighthearted and serious at the same time because people are dying.
Yeah.
Like it's really well written, I guess. Then.
Yeah, it is.
I'm actually surprised. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so surprised
that's why I was shocked when it got canceled because I was just like, well, it got canceled season 1, and then a couple days after the cancellation, Sony, who produces the series, offered NBC Universal a better deal. So I guess there's some kind of split on the advertising. I don't really know exactly how it works with these.
Something I let Brooklyn Nine-Nine went down.
Yeah. So Sony made some deal with NBC and said like, okay, we're gonna hook you guys up. We'll give you guys more of whatever is important to them. And they were just like, okay, cool. We'll keep the show on another season. So they did season 2, which I'm guessing you haven't seen yet.
I'm watching that. No, I'm on season 2 now.
Oh, okay, dude. The finale of season 2.
Oh wait, is season 3 out right now?
No. Season 2 is the one that just ended. Season 1 is the one on Netflix.
Episode 9 and 10, right?
Yeah, it's a
I haven't watched those yet, so I'm on episode 8. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it. It has an amazing ending. The episode itself is not the strongest, but it was still fun. Unfortunately, ratings-wise, they were lower than last year for that episode in comparison, but they were higher for the season. So that's one of the
good.
That's one. So I'm hoping that NBC will keep it. I'm hoping.
No, they should. They should have never stopped its momentum to begin with.
Yeah,
because it's actually a really good show. And for those who don't know, it's literally a show about, I guess a crackpot team, a team that just got put together randomly, to travel through time because there's an organization called Rittenhouse that seems to be going back in time or forward in time. Did they ever go back? Did they ever go to the future?
No, they're not able to. They can only go in the past.
In the past, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, so essentially they're trying to rewrite history so that it falls in line. Oh, sorry, Toby, you cut out for a second.
So it falls in line with their objectives.
Yeah.
Pretty much they want to take over the world.
Yeah, exactly.
And their job is to just keep going back. Every time the mothership, which is the original space time machine that Rittenhouse has, every time it jumps through time, they get alerted to where it's at. So they have a historian with them, an army guy, a couple scientists, and each one has their own expertise, obviously. So whenever they go back to a certain time, the historian tells them, "Oh, this specific event happened on this date and this time," and then so they know where to go to pretty much, what's it called? They know where to follow the Rittenhouse guys to. And then I don't know, it's just like the stories are well done when they travel back to like the 1900s and the black guys in the in the deep South, like he gets called out, like it's crazy how like. I'm glad they touch on those things. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They actually always point out whenever he goes to a time where black people are not welcome, they actually make a point of touching on it somehow, some way with different characters. And it's funny and it's well done each time.
My favorite is that at one point he says to them outright, "You guys realize there's no area in the history of America that's good for black people, right? Like there's no time period for me where it's going to be a good look. You guys know that, right?" And then,
but knowing that, he's actually one of the most well-written characters, by the way, on the show.
Rufus is amazing.
He's really well-written. And whenever he does go back to those times, he has no problem. He has no ego.
Yeah.
He has no problem like putting aside. He could be your whatever he needs to be for the mission to succeed is what he's going to be.
Yeah, so
for you in that time, man.
You saw the Harriet Tubman episode.
That is episode 9. I haven't watched that.
Oh, my
yet.
bad. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, but I did see a clip with Harriet Tubman being all gangster though.
But yeah, no. The only reason I say that, and this isn't a spoiler because it is in connection to what you're saying. At one point, he has to be a slave, and he's not. He has no ego about it. He's just like, okay, like he's just like, I guess this is what I got to do for the mission.
It's either to save the world, I got to do this. I'm going to do it because I'm, that's the kind of guy he is, and it's whatever. Yeah.
I like Rufus.
Anyway, it's a really good show. That's the show I wanted to catch up on the most recently.
Yeah.
I have a couple others. Atlanta, I'm also catching up on. I just feel like with Atlanta, I need to like just be
sit down and binge.
The mode. Yeah, in the mode, So
hard,
that season finale was
comparing it to everything else that came before it.
Yeah.
to end on that, I was just like,
yeah.
Unless you're really paying attention, that episode might have been the worst episode to the average viewer. But if you're really, really, really checking, then you're like, oh, that's a callback to episode.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah, it's like
you have to be a certain kind of. You have to be a certain kind of viewer. Like you have to be kind of like us, because I pay attention to everything on a show. You know, so like people miss things. Like I'll be watching a show with someone, and then something happens like 45 minutes, and I'd be like, oh, that's why. And then the person's like, wait, what? What do you mean? I'm like, you didn't see that earlier? People don't pay attention to those little things, and I find, we do, because we're so enveloped. We live in those worlds sometimes when we watch certain things, right? So.
Yeah, the finale had a lot of callbacks to like episodes in that season.
If you were looking for the ha 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 funny, like you were, I mean, I actually might. I mean, Tobi, were you like still going with your
talk about it, dude?
I'm gonna say I was gonna say that's part of my View the Right Thing would be the season finale of Atlanta, as well as volume 2 of Dear White People, which also
I didn't watch it yet.
Which also did did you know the name of the character in the series? Her name is Sam White.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't catch that.
Tessa Thompson.
Right. Yeah. So I didn't catch her character name was Sam White. So so literally, I did one of those 45-minute later things where I'm literally watching Desus and Mero. I was like, oh, it's called Dear White People. Like not Caucasians, but like the people who would follow her show, as in Sam White.
Oh, what?
You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, oh, snap. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Is this a revelation you had, or something that's revealed to us in this new season?
No, that's a revelation I had. Like,
it makes sense.
Sitting on my couch.
It does make perfect sense, yes.
But I didn't catch it. I was like, oh, man.
You didn't catch it, and everyone, that's such a trigger title for a lot of people, I noticed.
Exactly. Yeah. That they wouldn't even catch it.
Yeah,
that's like almost amazing. A cop out to be like, well, no, we're not talking about white people. We're talking about the people.
If they needed to cop out, that's a really good cop out.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, the Atlanta season finale, as I was saying before, if you're looking for the haha gritty stuff that we normally get, like especially in episode 9 and 8,
you're
not really gonna get it here. This one is more of a
Ern's life is crap.
Is super crap. And Lottie, not Lottie, but Van's giving him all sorts of ultimatums, and dude's trying bless her heart, zazzy, but wow, just giving him the heartache when you don't need it. He's trying to get on tour. Paperboy's stalling and getting ready. Darius don't have his passport.
Darius is my boy.
They drop some knowledge-ish on connections with brothers and other people in the industry. Which
that line was dope.
Super true.
That line was
like
real
you can't
dope.
even get mad at that. We don't have the connections like that, and it's
a systematic.
It's a systematic thing that'll always be like that.
That was a really good.
So yeah. This episode was really good, but wasn't the way I wanted the season to end.
That's fair.
It also ended on episode 11, not 12. What?
Yeah. Why was it one short?
If This Is America counted as an extra episode, you can kiss my ass. But I
didn't ask for this episode. It's 3 minutes long. Give me another one. Yeah.
I feel like it could have ended a little lighter, but Ern does some really, really like stupid things. Because
do you feel that some of the stuff that happened at the campus was his fault? Yeah. Okay.
Maybe. I'm not exactly sure, but maybe just because he wasn't really looking into it like
yeah,
that.
True.
But then,
as a manager, he should have been paying more attention to certain
Tracy
things.
didn't help anything at all.
No, Tracy's crazy. That whole season, Tracy has been
an annoyance,
like a ticking time bomb that they just keep kind of leaving. And I'm like, yo, this dude is dangerous. Like the whole teeth in the shoes.
Yeah.
Already, that was a sign of like he does not care. He's on probation,
right?
And he's just teething on camera. Because there has to be cameras in there.
Yeah,
like
he just walked away stealing stuff, and then he's just doing all sorts of ratchet fresh out of prison stuff.
Tracy, what are you doing in the house?
Any one of us who had a friend coming fresh out of jail, we'd allow him to have his leniency because, I mean, he's just been in jail. But at the same time, you let him know what's up. The way they get Tracy is genius.
Yeah.
Super beautiful how they do that. Without giving away too much, just Ern does some really, really gangsta-ish to prove. And if you watch Forest Bias, which is the episode previous to this, it's a full circle of
keep watching each other's backs,
as cousins, and just seeing how they've grown together. So it's really, really, it's a hard hitter, but it left me kind of like, well, now I don't want to wait till 2019.
I know, yeah. I mean, at least it's because we weren't expecting this season right now, so I'm just happy we got it.
Yeah,
because there was a good chance.
But does that mean are we going to get the other one sooner?
I don't know. I don't know. He's busy right now. Lando.
Just don't be busy.
Then,
like Lando's done. He's been done. Lando's done. He's not doing another one. So
yeah, he's not doing music right now. This is the album, right?
The album's gonna come out, so he must have recorded it. Unless he's prepping for a tour, shoot them episodes.
That's true.
Let's go.
And if they want to bring Zazie back in, she is done Domino, and I didn't see if she's signed up for anything else. So yeah,
she's probably gonna go for X-Force. They're gonna probably do X-Force.
Oh, you think they're gonna film it right away?
Yeah, I think so.
You don't think the Disney deal is gonna get in the way of that a bit?
I really still don't believe in that deal yet.
Yeah, I do believe in it, but I don't think they're gonna cut that down. Like homie's saying he's not gonna do Deadpool 3, but
okay, yeah, that was the thing. At one point, he was just like, I don't expect Deadpool 3 to be a thing because I see them moving in the direction of X-Force.
Yeah.
But then after he turned around and said, I think there will be a way one day to do the story. So I don't think it's as much backtracking as it's him realizing, don't shoot yourself in the foot. Like, don't tell the fans I'm not sure I'm going to do a third because the fans are hoping for a third.
If anything of what I've heard from Deadpool 2 is any bit of true, he pulled out some craziness for this.
Oh yeah.
He did some
more budget too.
It's not just more. It's just he went the distance. So,
but they're saying that he said. Ryan Reynolds that he would like to do it if they do a third less budget, like
for sure,
kind of go back to origin story style, not origin story, but origin, like they're
yeah, less budget is fine.
Yeah, bare bones down to the roots, pretty much.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I think that would be dope. I would like to see it done that way because I really do think I'm really excited for it this weekend. I really am.
Yeah. I am too. You know what? I wasn't really thinking about it very much, and then I saw his promo with Stephen Colbert. I watched it on YouTube today. He interrupted Stephen Colbert's monologue.
Yeah, I heard.
Dressed as Deadpool, and it was hilarious. I was like, "Whoa, that's what this movie's about."
Yeah,
I kind of forgotten. Deadpool, unfortunately, didn't really leave that big of a mark for me. The first one. It was a great movie, and I loved what they did with it, but it wasn't one of those monumental things for me.
That's fair.
So I knew I'd see the second one, but there's no hype behind it for me. I'll just go see it whenever.
Yeah.
And then seeing this morning, I was like, oh yeah, he is. I mean,
no, my hype is Cable.
Yeah. You said you're excited.
My hype is Cable.
Yeah. For me, funny.
Oh yes.
For me, the movie that I keep forgetting was Solo. I completely forgot it's coming out on the 25th.
Like everybody's gonna forget about Solo.
But I mean, it already broke the Black Panther record. They said for pre-sale.
That's okay.
So I mean, I'm not
good. Yeah. But I don't know.
I'm not expecting it to do better than.
No. I think this will barely hit $1 billion, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna do Deadpool 1 numbers like 700 mil or something.
Okay.
That's about it. Yeah.
I will address this rumor really quick that they were gonna do a Lando Solo movie next. That was a rumor coming out of comicbook.com. I done went on their page and called them out on their page and tagged them.
Oh no.
And told them like y'all fake and like put the link and translated the French.
Oh no.
Yo, I'm not playing with these people out here. You guys are just going for clicks. You're not even trying to do good journalism. The original article came out at 4:05. By 4:20, the correction had been posted that explained Kathleen Kennedy did not mean to say that we were going to be doing a Lando movie as a solo project next. And these guys posted the article after the correction had been posted. So they just want the clicks.
It was again the Kevin Feige thing where they're like, we may possibly,
exactly.
Who knows? Like it's not like in our plans. Don't call. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so I'm not about that fake news bull. I'm all about that.
But who knows? Maybe they were paid to do it and create more buzz for the movie. You never know about these things these days.
Boo.
It's true, though.
It's true.
No, I know. Everything's... I mean, Skinny and I were just talking about their Joe Budden podcast, and there's a whole thing on the last episode where Budden's teasing Mal about how Mal keeps telling him everything's marketing. Yeah. Anytime anyone talks to anybody, Peter Rosenberg and Funk Flex, that's just marketing. Yeah. Diddy and this person, it's just marketing. And I agree. I mean, we've said that on this show. Anytime that these people go out there and say this stuff, it's just like, oh, we might do a Lando. It's like, yeah, okay, you just got like 100 clicks right there from that slip. 100,000 clicks. Oh, 1 million clicks because someone slipped and said we might do a Lando movie and reshared 150 times. Get out of here with that bull. Anyways,
So, as to moving on to Dear White People Volume 2. Fantastic.
Is it really good?
I really like it.
Does it pick up pretty much right where it left off with the whole...
Same day.
Oh, it's the same day.
Like this show, I love it how it's been 2 seasons and it really has only been...
a week?
Maybe a week or two
it's not
at
even
this
full
school.
semester.
They'll go back, forth, whatever, but like each episode from different perspective of someone else.
Oh, true. That is how they do it.
like within a span of like 2-3 days, and then it's a great show. The girls who play Sam, she's a great replacement for Tessa Thompson.
Yep.
Tessa Thompson and homeboy who was the other dude with the afro also appear in this season.
Oh, for real?
But not as them, as celebrities on television that the kids are watching.
Oh, that's dope. I respect
Which
that.
is like, oh yeah, that's a cute
Cameos,
callback, cute cameo. But it's like also like you two are the two.
The kid that played Chris
yeah,
Rock.
and everybody hates Chris.
Yeah,
but it's like
yeah.
you two are also the two only bougie ones who didn't come back for the Netflix series because everybody else is
You're
here.
too big. You're
everybody,
too big. That's
Reggie,
true.
Everybody.
All of them came back except for those two.
And low-key, I think the girl who plays Sam now is better than Tessa
Oh.
Thompson. And she's a sense, as I tell Danielle, I'm just like, listen, so if you have children, right, and they come out looking like that as kids,
Yeah.
they're locking them inside. No. You don't have no child with like sparkling green eyes and no.
That caramel complexion.
Nope.
That's just
Nope.
Yeah, what is that actress's name? We got to look it up because I like that actress.
I guess it's not a traditional female name. I believe it's like Tobi. Look it up.
Yeah, Tobi, can you tell us the lead actress from Dear White People on Netflix? She was also on the series Powers. Yes,
she played
Logan Browning.
Yeah, that's it.
That's her name?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that is not traditional.
Nope.
I see what you're saying.
Like Logan Brownie. You're like, excuse me.
I was like, wait, who are you talking about? That's
like
the dude. No, the other one. No, okay, that
sounds like a Massachusetts brownie or something. Logan Browning. What?
Yeah, but she's dope. I remember when there was a picture of her and Tessa Thompson hanging out together from like a year ago. Everyone got really excited because they're just like, yes, we want to see these two on screen together.
Because yes.
Yeah, not even just because of the show, just because they're both gorgeous. I don't even feel bad saying that. You guys can get mad at me for saying I'm objectifying. I'm not objectifying. Those women are factually very attractive women, and it would be great to see two talented black women do a TV show together. That's all I'm saying, you haters. Anyways.
Is Two Broke Girls still on?
No.
You got canceled?
Yeah, that's done. That's done like a year and a half ago.
Wow. I guess,
I wanted to do that this week, but I figured we could do it next week. I really want us to discuss the upfronts.
Yeah, man. Because I don't
know. Not even that yet. Oh. Yeah, we should do that too.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, upfronts and cancellations part 2 because we did that a couple years ago.
Yeah,
we did.
We should do that again because the upfronts came out and there's like tons of shows. Like I've been trying to do it on the website. I think I posted the first one, so you guys can go check out FranklinArmstrong.
Break down the upfronts and for the lesser known TV folks.
So for you guys, if you are fans of television, the upfront is when all the networks over the span of like a week or two present all their new lineups to the advertisers to entice the advertisers to put money in to back the shows for the year. So a lot of the time what it'll be is their fall schedule followed by their summer schedule. And sometimes it's great, sometimes it's kind of sad. I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got pushed to a summer show this year.
13 episodes.
Yeah, they got cut and they're being pushed back.
I'm happy though.
Yeah, you think it'll be a better story?
They're gonna live great in summer. I'm happy that it's getting cut to 13 episodes because tighter story. Well, look at what they can do. Forget tighter story. They're the only show that can do 22 seasons and keep one standard villain for like the entire season and not like. I mean, mind you, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s never really on the offense, and it usually lively conspires of them getting either brucked up, captured, or somebody might be dead, or they're like split up. But they still let it last.
Yeah, that's true.
So I kind of like with 13 episodes, they could be on the offense, also be on the defense, and then come out strong. I'm digging.
Yeah.
When you say one villain, though.
Well, it's not usually one villain, but it's usually it kind of builds up.
It's like comic books, like it has arcs, but they're
the arc will build into something else.
Yeah.
Like it's
But they're all Hydra related.
It seems like the accumulation of these past 5 seasons have all turned into just Graviton, which, oh boy.
Yeah, I still have to catch up.
Our man is Graviton is oh boy.
One of the networks that's done quite well for the upfronts this year, ABC had a lot of new shows. A lot of the reviews for the trailers haven't been the most positive, but we'll see. We always get that every year that people have negative reviews for these series. A lot of stuff always looks like copycat. That's one of the other things that I'm looking forward to discuss next week when we do the upfronts and cancellations, because a lot of these shows are just like, but that comes down to the fact that we always say it. There's no original stories anymore. There's people come. I think in The Enemy Within, which stars Morris Chestnut. People are saying is a copy of Blackout. No, not Blackout. Blacklist, where they just gender swap the characters. So instead of Red, it's a woman who has secrets that the whatever alphabet police force is going to use. Dick Wolf is coming out with an FBI show that looks exactly like Quantico. So it's just more of the same, you know.
I want to see a mage and a knight get time displaced in the current times and have to solve mysteries.
That would be cool. Actually, no, they didn't do that. They did Jack the Ripper and Orson Welles. Jack the Ripper and something Wells.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jules Verne.
You know what?
They did something like that where he time traveling and solving crimes.
Huh.
But it got canceled. It's called Time After Time. Anyway,
yes, I
sorry.
remember
There was a lot of time traveling stuff.
Oh
man.
yes, there was. Remember when I did it? There was one year where I was like, every show is a time travel show. Like last year was zombies, and the year before that was vampires.
Man, you know which one was good, and I don't know. I hated that they canceled it. Journeyman.
Journeyman was dope.
Oh, that's a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Journeyman was
Yeah,
nice.
man.
Okay.
Journeyman was one of the good ones
Journeyman
that
was
they let
nice.
go. I think.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Upfront season is actually really interesting. I mean, one of my favorite things is predicting which shows are going to get canceled based solely on the actors, because there are some actors that are cursed.
Yeah.
Every pilot they do gets canceled.
Yep.
And they still get picked up. But I'm like, yo, this is like your 8th pilot.
It makes me feel like I want to pitch a show because it's like if you can get picked up and canceled like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, you were saying
it also
that
makes
last
you. It also makes you feel like you actually can. There's no real time to go. Just go. Apparently.
Yeah.
Just
There ain't
keep
nothing out
hitting
there to
that
compete
wall.
with.
Eventually, it'll break.
Yeah, because Amber Stevens, I think is her name. She has a new show called with Damon Wayans Jr.
Amber Stevens, why do I know that name?
She was on Gerard Michael's show on NBC. She played the girlfriend,
Right.
and then now she's playing the wife. I think Amber Stevens is her name, but she's playing the wife with Damon Wayans Jr. on a CBS series that's like a comedy about, you know, they're 30-something-year-olds and some kid musician celebrity moves in with them, and they now I don't know. It's a really weird.
What's that?
I don't understand what's going on.
That show with King of Queens in which he had one wife and then they just booted her off the show?
Kevin Can't Wait. Yeah,
and then they
that
brought
was
back
dirty.
The King of Queens wife.
Yes.
So it's basically King of Queens Part 2.
Yeah, so Kevin Can't Wait was a series, and it was the whole idea was originally the idea was they weren't going to have a wife. It was going to be him as a widower with his kids.
Right.
And then they decided, no, we should put a wife. And then they decided, kill the wife.
They just killed her anyways?
Yeah, they killed her at the end of the season.
Oh, man.
And then at the beginning of the next season, it's just them, no reference to her being dead, except for, the gym keeps trying to get me to renew her membership. like a side comment about the fact that she's dead.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty
Hey,
rough.
man, Kevin James been putting in that work. The reason why King of Queens lasted so long is because of him, man.
Because he
He
works
was
hard?
apparently like he was in the writer's room. He wrote, produced, did everything. Made sure he was meticulous about everything.
I'm not gonna hate on the
show.
dude because he has successful shows, but I just mean that was kind of rough. I gotta say. And the
How do
actress
you fire her?
yeah, and the actress that played the wife ended up on a new show. She's on Amazon where she now plays a widower with 3 kids, and it's like,
What?
yeah, you can look that one up. It's like a story about how the husband died. He left the kids a book in the basement, and when they open the book, it kind of takes them on like, you know,
Journeys.
wild adventures and journeys. And
How
then
many
you
dads-
then you find out that dad had a twin brother, and the twin brother shows up and is their new uncle who lives in the house with them.
Ah, Jumanji.
Yeah, it's
okay.
weird. It's like Jumanji meets a soap opera.
Oh, man.
It's mad weird, but you know.
Have you guys, speaking of old shows and movies, have you guys seen the new, I guess, reimagining of Roseanne show?
I
I'm not
watched
watching
the
that.
first 2 episodes.
I'm not watching that.
And
The first episode was nostalgic. You know, the show's back. You're like, okay, cool, it's Roseanne. The second episode, I was like, okay. I mean, it's kind of your usual stuff of Roseanne and Tom. No, not Tom. What's his name? John?
Yeah.
John Goodman. But it was Dan.
Dan.
Roseanne and Dan are grandparents now. DJ has
the Connors.
DJ has a black kid.
Of course.
Yeah, so they had to figure out how to put a black kid in.
How to put a black kid in a very, very... forget this
Darlene's son is not trans, but likes to dress as a... I guess...
As a crossdresser.
Yeah, but not really. It's because...
He's like Homeboy's kid in House of Lies.
Yes, that's it.
Metro.
Homeboy's Kids,
okay.
House of Lies. That's exactly it. Because it's not there's no sexual connotation to it. Like, the kid's not trying to identify as female or male.
He's
a child. He's like 9, but he just likes to wear skirts. And it's just like, okay, wear skirts with moon boots and, you know, shiny leggings. You do you. Who cares? But, you know, Dan's like trying to explain to him, I don't want you to get beat up. And then there was a knife, and the standard ABC, trailer
I can't believe
family
that's
story.
on ABC. Like, I'm actually disappointed in ABC for that. Like,
Well, Murphy Brown's coming back.
say what?
Murphy Brown completely.
Murphy Brown's like 79 years old.
I know. Well, yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about
Candace Bergen, dog?
Yeah, when we're talking about the Upfronts next week, that's one of the ones I'm gonna bring up. But yeah, she's back on Thursday nights with almost a whole full crew. Almost a full, the same Frank Fontana, who was like the weather dude or whatever. The only dude that's not back is the older guy who I imagine may have passed on. I don't know. I don't want to.
Niggas need to bring back Suddenly Susan and Caroline in the City, and then we're cooking.
Caroline in the City. I would watch
Bring back Caroline in the City, dog, we're cooking.
Can we watch it?
That's so funny.
Can we bring back Hang with Mr. Cooper? I like that one.
Yeah.
You didn't
I don't
like
know.
Hang with Mr. Cooper?
Nah.
Oh, I will
In the House is more of my thing.
Okay. I will tell you this one, though. A new series with Rel, who's Lil Rel Howery, the comedian who's in Get Out. He has his show on Fox. Sinbad's playing his dad.
Oh, man.
That was dope. That trailer's pretty dope.
What's up with Fox?
Cool.
Yeah.
Getting rid of everything.
Yeah, Fox is weird. I'm amazed that
Are they scared?
Rel's,
They just cleaned house. They're like, look, you go to NBC, you go to this one, you go get you there, you go get your blah, blah, blah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yo, they were shocked.
But what's crazy is you're not really safe no matter what network you're on unless you like.
It's all about the numbers.
It is about the numbers, man. You're not safe. I guess that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. No one's safe.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that later on too for a little bit, but it's
we can talk about it later.
It's a television structure that's a mess. Anyways, my View the Right Thing is super short. My Hero Academia is an anime that I've been watching.
Okay.
Season 1 is about this kid Deku who doesn't have powers. He lives in a world where 80% of the people have superpowers of some sort, and this poor bastard is a 1 in 5. You have a 1 in 5 chance of not getting a power, and you didn't get a power. In any case,
that's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. So the whole show is about how he looks up to the world's biggest hero, who is essentially a smart version of the Hulk.
Nice.
It's like a dude who can turn into All Might, but he actually has to revert back to a regular size after a while. And he retains his knowledge and whatnot.
Okay.
He has a class, because that's the thing. You go to school and then you go to high school and you can apply to go to superhero high school. So he applied to go to a superhero high school even though he didn't have powers at the time.
Well, Batman.
Yeah, true. Yeah. But that's the thing. So, I mean, season 1 is kind of just the arc of him dealing with, not having powers. But then, bong bong, you find out that the power from All Might is something you can pass on. And he meets All Might because he helps save somebody. He, runs into a situation full tilt with no powers. And All Might's like, yo, this kid just risked his life with no powers?
Yeah.
I respect that. So he tells the kid, I'm going to train you. I'm going to pass you my power.
Oh, nice.
So the kid's gonna become the next. Yeah, that's
something to get me to watch.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that's super cool because when you're a kid and you watch all these shows, the idea of being a kid who doesn't have powers. Now this kid has the opportunity to become the world's best hero, and All Might is he's like, I'm gonna train you because my power, the way you have to use it. It takes a real physical toll on your body, so you have to train your body to be able to handle it. So he gives the kid the first sample of the power. I can't really explain how because it's actually really funny and I don't want to ruin that scene for you. But when the kid uses the power for the first time, he breaks his arm. Because using the power, if you don't know how to use it, it destroys you. So every time he uses the power in the first season, he breaks his arm, breaks his legs, breaks his fingers. It's really bad. He regularly ends up in the hospital and you're like, yo, dude, is this worse? Is it worth it? Season 2.
That's crazy.
Season 2 introduces a super crazy villain who's a hero killer.
Oh no.
Which is dope because then all the heroes who 80% of the people on the planet have powers.
Yeah.
You realize that not everyone's a hero though. Some people are
That's
villains.
what I'm saying. Why is he a hero killer when most of the population have powers? It's just he's just a power person killer.
Exactly. Oh, you're skipping ahead, but yeah, what it comes down to is this dude just feels that he has powers himself, but he feels like the system is broken. The way that everybody eventually feels the system is broken.
Right.
And he's addressing that by trying to take out all the anyone who's using their powers for personal financial gain, he thinks is someone that's not worthy. So even heroes who do it for publicity and stuff like that, he's just nah, I don't respect that, B. I'm coming after you. And he tells them. It's weird though, because one of the heroes that he takes out is not someone that dude. Anyways, whole other story. But I recommend it. My Hero Academia. Shout out to Lee J, who was telling me that he likes it too, because him and I were talking about it at Retro Expo. And shout outs to and shout outs to Proto Man, because Proto Man was giving me a list of other animes to check out. I didn't write them down, so I'm gonna have to hit you up at some point. But yeah, shout out to those guys who are holding it down on the anime front for me and keeping me informed. But yeah, that's the View the Right Thing, guys. View the Right Thing. So geek news. Should I hit it? Bang. Geek news and rumors.
The Birdman come back, no man.
Yeah, so Harvey Birdman with Stephen Colbert is coming back to Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Adult Swim is making some big moves, because the other thing they did recently was Rick and Morty 70 episode renewal.
I really feel like that's not going to happen.
Right? That's what I said.
Crazy.
I'm like,
70 episodes.
Shut up.
So, first off, one of the things that people have noticed is if it does do the actual 70 episodes, it'll bring it to 101 episodes, which will mean syndication money.
Right.
Yeah, syndication money. And syndication money is important, because if you can syndicate a show, like if you make 100 episodes and you can sell it for syndication, because usually you need 100, that's some good money.
So
especially
Flash
since
is going to syndication too. Wow.
Yeah, any show that reaches 100 is
syndication. What
is at that's the minimum they ask for syndication.
So wait,
dollar bills, yo.
Dan, our man Dan created the show. Is Community syndicated?
No,
they didn't make it to 500.
It didn't make to 100.
So yeah, he's gonna have this on all the things.
I'm just wondering, because he's mad depressed. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but
Dan
he
Harmon?
he got divorced.
Oh yeah,
last season. And if you guys watch the show, that little vignette thing at the end where it's like him on the couch with his girlfriend and the dog.
Yeah.
In the next season, it's him on the couch with a ball of alcohol, like in the dark. Like he changed it to reflect that he's like depressed. So
Hey,
look it up. But if you guys have
this
seen
guy
it,
scares me. I've only watched maybe 2 episodes of the show because it just gets too dark for me.
It does get dark.
Wait, Rick and Morty?
Yeah. I don't watch the show.
It does get dark at sometimes, dude.
It's too dark.
It does get dark, but you can't.
Oh no, you're cutting out.
Not now, no.
But rewind. It does get dark, but
I was gonna say, it does get dark, but it's like it's a dark humor comedy thing. It's not gonna like depress you. It's kind of like Adventure Time in that sense.
I don't know.
Adventure Time messes me up a bit too. But Adventure Time is crazy.
Does Adventure Time have scenes where people legit try to kill themselves?
Yeah.
Oh really?
I heard about that. Like that's what I heard about that. Somebody like they try to kill themselves, and then the people from the future come in and like.
Not even just that. There's one scene where one of the characters is literally sitting down to commit suicide, and as they're about to commit suicide, they pass out, and what they had set up, like let's say it was a gun to shoot them, because they pass out, the bullet misses them. But had they not passed out, they would be dead. And that's, to me, seems way darker and way too dark for any kid to watch.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
It's not a kid show.
I know, but it's just kids watch these shows. That's the other problem.
Because
it's a cartoon and kids are just like, it's a cartoon. But it's like, no, there's suicide attempts. You know, like.
What's crazy is the people making the cartoons nowadays are our age or 10 years past us. They grew up in our era, right? So we still like cartoons because we grew up on it, and we're making these shows, and I'm just being general here, we're making these shows that we would like to watch now.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
But in cartoon form, you know? So these kids that are watching it now are getting, anyway, it's not good for them.
Why are people
they should still be watching Scooby-Doo and Magic School Bus. And not Rick and Morty.
Whatever happened to the Netflix Magic School Bus that everyone was talking about so much?
Oh, snap.
Did it
drown, bro?
Oh, yeah? Did it come out, though? It must have.
I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
Hold
on. That's not a good sign when no one talked about it, because you guys just mentioned Magic School Bus, and I just realized.
Hopefully it wasn't as bad as Reboot, bro. That's all.
Oh. Did you watch the pilot for Reboot?
Are you kidding me? No.
I did.
I watched all the reviews of people saying how much they hated Reboot, and then I even watched Reboot because I was like, I don't need to watch this. I know it's bad.
I watched it, man.
I saw that. I was like, oh, it's Zix level 1. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I watched it, and it was painful. I was so upset the whole time.
Nope.
I remember thinking, like, I posted an Instagram story, like, where it's just like angry faces being like, you wasted the last 26 minutes of my life. Give them back, you sick bastards.
You look at this.
I knew going in, though. That was my bad.
It looks like a bad YTV show.
It did. Tobes, what were you saying?
No, it does look like a terrible. It actually looks like the same. Yeah, no. I think we talked about this before. There's a white TV show that has the same premise.
Yeah.
Or had the same premise.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Six Level 1.
Yeah, that's it.
Six Level 1. That's it.
Then not only that, but it looks like a bad white TV show from when we were kids, in which we were that young to say this is a bad white TV show. Like, you know when
children and you're like, this is bad.
You know when you're like watching YTV and it's like a Sunday and then Watership Down comes on and all of a sudden you're just like, oh, I don't need to be watching TV anymore. Time to go read a book.
So true.
You know, like, It's Alive or
so
the Hit List or one of those where you just like, I don't really care. Time to go read a book.
So true.
Video and Arcade Top 10. Yes, you loved it, but every time when they did the repeats with Game Boy, you're watching this. That's what this is.
Yo, you're not even wrong.
What about 21 Love? What was that show?
Yo, 15 Love. Don't hate on that show. It's dope.
I never watched that.
I mean, it was bad, but like there was a lot of actresses. What's her name? Amanda Crew, who's in. She was in one of the. That movie. With the death that comes through Final Destination. She was in Final Destination 3, and now she's also in not Workaholics, but the other one that deals with the app and the nerds in Silicon Valley.
Is that her?
Yes, she was on 15 Love.
Oh, dope!
Which was filmed in Montreal.
I watched the show.
Oh,
and it's a Montreal show too.
I didn't know any of that, guys.
Yeah, the Cuba chick on there is from here.
But fun fact, I'm actually friends with one of the guys on the show.
Oh yeah?
Is it a skinny blonde one?
Max Walker,
yeah. I've met him too. He was like a DJ at Lago once in like Dorval. And I was like, you were on 15 Love, my guy. He's like, oh, you watched it? No, I watched it for the women, not for you, my guy. But
I have no clue. I never watched 15 Love. I feel bad, but legit, I didn't. First of all, if I'd known it was in Montreal, I definitely would have given it a chance.
Yeah.
But just like you were saying, how when it would come on, you'd be like, that's enough TV. Legit, 15 Love was one of those shows that I'd be like, I would just
Thunderbirds.
I actually like Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds, it got me a bit, but like I literally would be like, nah.
Yeah, but Thunderbirds, you have to be in the right mood because you're just like, I don't want to watch marionettes right now.
Dancing around.
Like,
And it was an hour long.
Cheap. Yeah.
Why was that an hour long? Yo, Toby, why was Thunderbirds an hour long?
I don't honestly.
Like Captain Scarlet wasn't an hour long, bro. Like, why was Thunderbirds an hour? You need marionettes to be talking for an hour.
An hour.
Like a build up and then like, we gotta go save people. Thunderbirds are going. They're just hopping up for an hour. Wow.
Yeah. No, 100.
They wasted our time.
Team America was. When Team America was coming out, I had flashbacks with Thunderbirds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. Huh? Wow.
Oh my god.
Jeez. How do you?
I know, right? No, but yeah, I mean that I was actually gonna go on to the next thing, but just reminiscing about how bad television was back in the day.
But for reboot now to look like that, like, you got Mainframe, you guys screwed up, and you should never try it again. Just try I don't know, what was that movie? Shadow Raiders. Try to bring back that.
Yeah.
Which is War of the Planets or War of Planet Wars or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, reboot. Please don't reboot it. Kill it.
Leave it.
It's already you already did, so just kill it. Just get rid of it. Stan Lee ain't. I wrote this
ain't
like
nothing to pluck with.
Yeah, I wrote this like Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. But yeah, Stan Lee ain't playing $1 billion
to who?
dollar lawsuit that
it?
he put down against his former partners at POW Entertainment.
What?
So POW Entertainment was like one of these because
this was a place. This is the Japanese base.
Yeah. So,
wow, they had that really really good show that was based on the Marvel hero that Stan Lee helped write. He was a narrator for the show, and it was called Power Up Man.
Yeah, so Stan Lee at one point, because he wasn't really doing anything with Marvel anymore, and Marvel, between us and the listeners, don't tell everybody, but Marvel didn't really want to work with Stan Lee for a minute. I know everyone loves Stan Lee now, and he has all the cameos in the movies, but I know from a source of a source of a source that at one point, they just didn't want anything to do with Stan. They were just like, okay, Stan, you can... Please leave us alone.
He created everything. You can't tell the man not to come in his own house.
I'm just telling you what was going on. Man. At one point, there was just a sense of Stan was thinking of himself bigger than the creations. And, so this is just friends of friends conversations at conventions. But in any case, at that time, Stan was just like, well, I'm a name, so I'm going to use my name and do what I have to do. So he went out and he started making deals. And he did that thing with DC where he reimagined all their big three. It's like, if I wrote Superman, this is how I'd write it. And he did that whole thing with them. And then he did this whole thing with POW Entertainment. So, but he put a lot of his name into POW Entertainment. Mm-hmm. And now that people are trying to sell it because his name's attached, they're trying to sell it with the name attached. So Homeboy is suing for $1 billion.
Say it again.
$1 billion. Yo, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, I get that someone's trying to make money off your name, but Stan, you're going to go for $1 Billy, like, homie, calm down. Who's giving you $1 billion for a sale? First of all, you have to find out how much they sold it for, and then you can try and make some money off the lawsuit. But if they didn't even sell it for that much, you can't go. How are you going to go after somebody for $100 if they only made $50 off the sale? Like, they're not going to pay out of pocket and go bankrupt to cover you. That doesn't even make any sense. So, anyways.
Yeah, this will just be a cease and desist.
Yeah, there's some lawyers outside of it who are going to make some deals, and everybody's just going to go, cool story, bro, and it'll be dead in a minute. But it's still just crazy to think about what they're doing. Quick one for television. Gotham is coming to an end.
Thank God.
Tobi, I saw that you posted that also, but I took yours out because I already had it there.
I noticed, yeah.
Yeah, but Gotham is coming to an end, but never put down a relative of the Bat, because these weirdos over at the Team Gotham that were working at Fox are now going to be pitching, or have already pitched, a Pennyworth series to Epix.
Why?
In which I don't know.
This is crazy to me because I'm convinced Fox is like Hydra. You cut one head off, and another one comes in its place. Because why do we need a show about Alfred Pennyworth?
Exactly.
I get that, he's been posited as like this super, he was in the army when he was younger. Yeah. He's very experienced and all these things.
He has a dope backstory, but like
cool. But like, so does the Punisher. Like, okay, it sounds like the Punisher to me.
Yeah.
Kinda like. Anyway, it doesn't sound interesting at all. Like, I'm not interested, and I was not interested in Gotham. I did watch a bit of the first season though.
I'm waiting now till Gotham's done to binge through the rest, because the last time I started binging it, I was getting so mad.
I just
mad.
I left at season 2. I didn't even watch season 1.
I left when Edward Nygma finally gave in, went crazy and gave in for the first time.
Episode 16, season 1. That's when I left.
There you go.
We've said it before, and we'll say it again. The writers on the show gave in to the fandom, saying they wanted more of the villains. Yeah, but they wanted more Batman.
Other shows
even though
get
Batman was a
canceled
child.
for lesser shit.
Yeah. I don't know how Fox.
Other shows get canceled for lesser shit, and this show is just out here making everybody like Bruce Wayne is barely 17.
Yeah, I agree.
They did. No,
I know.
No.
And then the joke. Anyways, long story short, Gotham's gone. Pennyworth's going to be at Epix. Epix is a network that you have to like search your TV guide to find, because no one even knows where Epix is. So good luck with that. So I don't know what you guys are planning out here. But speaking of networks that aren't hard to find, NBC picks up Brooklyn Nine-Nine after Fox canceled it. So my thing with Fox is I find it a little weird that Fox feels like they can't have too many people of color on their network at one time.
Wow.
Because how you're going to bring in Rel and do that show, but then you're going to get rid of
all the other black people.
All the other shows with other colored people. I mean, Brooklyn
you just
Nine-Nine,
put Terry Crews in a movie. Like, what are you guys doing, really?
For me, one of the things I find weird is you guys canceled Last Man on Earth, which fine. I mean, I see that show coming to an end anyways. But then you picked up Last Man Standing, which is the one with Tim Allen from ABC, because it was being produced by Fox. So you guys are going to bring that back to life.
Why?
Exactly. That show wasn't that great. I mean, I've watched episodes. It's more of Tim Allen doing his grunting caveman routine, but just with more conservative twist. I don't see why it's so important as a show. Whereas Brooklyn Nine-Nine, out of 9 cast members, you had 2 black leads, you had 4 people of color in general, and then you had 4 women. That's the crossover.
Yeah.
Not a lot of sitcoms have that. And it was on a police force that showed black authority. You know, both people in positions of authority were black males. Everyone else everyone else working in the crew and all the police officers are well-rounded, except for the bumbling 2 white guys. But that was just a joke. Yeah. They still turned out to be good detectives when you needed them to be good detectives. True. So why? I don't know. Anyways, I'm happy that NBC brought it back, because I think the series still had a story to tell. I'm hoping they only give it one more season just to help them wrap it up, because I think now that they're going to marry the 2 leads, the Amy and Peralta. Yeah, they're getting married.
Okay.
I think you can just tell the story for one more season of them being married and police officers, because you don't want to introduce kids. It always goes bad for TV shows, so don't do it.
It's funny because New Girl just did their final season.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize.
Oh, actually, I kind of still stuck with that show because it's still funny.
Oh yeah,
I think it's really funny. The characters are hilarious.
Was she covered up all season 1, and then I just jumped back in, and all of a sudden she's just like hanging out here?
Yeah, she's very morbid-ish, and then she's more comfortable with herself.
Okay.
Yeah.
As the show goes on, I guess it kind of does become an extension of her real life, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, she in the I guess I don't want to give it away for people. I was about to say,
everyone's doesn't she end up with Nick? That was the whole thing. Well,
that's pretty much what the whole show. Yeah, it's the whole won't they, will they type thing, and yeah, they end up getting married, and kids do get introduced, but in a different way, and it's I think they did well for a final season of a show. They kind of just wrap things up.
I'm okay if you're gonna do your last season and you flash forward to the kids being there. I'm down with that.
Yeah, honestly, exactly. They flash forward. I think this season is 5 years or so after the last season.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
So they're like further ahead in the future, and things already happened, and things are happening, and it's just like, oh, this is where we are now, and goodbye.
I'm perfectly fine with that because they did the same thing on Parks and Recs. The last season is like set in the future, like an actual future with like
I didn't know that
technology and stuff. It's really crazy.
I have to watch it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm okay with stuff like that. It's when series kind of just throw in kids and then they never know what to do with these kids, and it just makes for bad writing. Ryan Coogler wants to make a female-focused Black Panther spinoff.
Sure.
Tobi,
I was just talking about that recently with
on That's Canon. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a segment called Judgment Call where we each two of us actually get to go head to head and defend a character that we feel deserves more screen time.
Yeah.
And my character was Okoye, but I said I would like to see a more of a Dora Milaje sort of, or Milaje, however you want to pronounce it, ensemble movie with Okoye as the main protagonist, which would be cool, I think.
Yeah. So he just said it, and then they announced this, which is crazy. So, yeah, Coogler. I mean, it makes sense. Coogler said that it was a fun story to tell and that he was really proud with how they told the story of the women in Wakanda. My thing is I'm hoping that if they do that, they do reference the World of Wakanda comic book that everyone was really excited about, because that was one of the things that, some LGBTQ community people were saying, why did you guys cut out the lesbian story? I didn't think it was needed for the first movie. Like, let us at least have the black guy for 1 second before we start introducing everyone else, because you'd had 17 movies about white dudes so far.
Ninjas don't know how to wait in line, huh? Like, it's a queue system. I'm not trying to be like, but it's really a queue system. Chill out.
It is.
Chill out.
I mean, don't get me wrong. LGBTQ, then maybe an Asian character. I'm not even joking. I'm
actually saying Asian first, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying.
Sunfire needs a movie.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that's how messed up the industry is. Like, to them in the industry, you can't do too many at once because you become that company that does that. Like, that's like, what was it? Master of None. Master of None, where what's his name? Aziz Ansari talks about that whole thing about you can't have too many brown guys on one show because then you become that show. It's that mentality applies everywhere. You can't be the movie company that has that many black, because then you become the Tyler Perry.
But hold on,
know what I'm saying?
You know what's really funny?
Anything aside from white.
To dig deeper is just like, but who decides why you can't and who
exactly?
I know.
You know what I mean? It's really just like y'all are just awkward and weirded out by things you don't normally see.
Yeah.
So then you make it a whole like demographic. Like black people ain't thinking the word demographic.
Yeah, we just want to see good movies with good people.
I mean, like all these, man.
Yeah,
man.
I was talking about this earlier. And speaking about a broken system, why the current TV model can cause issues. Possible move for Designated Survivor to Netflix after cancellation. So
never even heard of this show.
Designated Survivor was a show that starred Kiefer Sutherland.
That one that he left 24 for?
Yeah, he was the last surviving member of the presidential something,
Senate or Congress, whatever.
He was
Senate, I think.
Yeah. So supposedly this is a real thing in the States that if they're all meeting at the Senate and whatnot, there's one person who is kept out in case anything happens that they can run the government. And the whole show is about a huge attack that leaves all the others dead and he becomes the president of the United States of America. And you find out he was going to get fired that day. It's a whole crazy story. But the show got canceled. It was on ABC and they canceled it. I said from the jump I didn't think it was going to do very well. But
it went through 4 different showrunners for 2 seasons.
Oh, no.
4 in 2 seasons?
Yo.
Yeah, man. So
nobody likes
and there was a a deal in place for a 5th one for season 3. So I mean, it for sure it seems like a show that already had a bunch of problems.
And it was also coming out at the same time that Madam Secretary was coming out. So a lot of those political shows, every time I see them, like, you guys are doing too many at once. Madam Secretary is at CBS and is doing well right now. So Designated Survivor might get a second chance at Netflix. People are saying that's the rumor. Now here's one of the things though. The show as unfortunately it wasn't doing well in its time slot, but like Timeless and like a lot of these other shows, if you calculate in the +7, which is a reference to the 7 days after the show airs and the viewership from the PVRs and like Hulu streams and stuff, the show's numbers jump up significantly. But for some reason, the advertising model right now only takes into account like the +7s. Like, it doesn't want to take anything past that. Like, so the idea is that if we didn't get you to watch a show within a week, then we don't want to count your numbers. Even though some of these shows, if you include some of those other numbers,
by the end of the season,
if people binge, like I have friends who do, you bump those numbers up like crazy.
People who purposely binge.
I know. So anyways, Designated Survivor and Timeless are 2 examples of shows that were affected by that. Because Timeless was the same thing. If you added in their like post-viewing streaming numbers and PVR numbers, the numbers would jump. Same thing with Designated Survivor. So that's why Netflix is interested in maybe picking them up, because of the fact that you wouldn't have that problem. At Netflix, it would just be you get to binge them all. Plus, no one mentioned this, but I think now that they're losing House of Cards, they are looking for another political series. So Designated Survivor could be that one where you're on a premium channel and you get to do the political stuff. So that was my take. I feel like they're trying to look for another angle. Tobi, I saw you added some stuff that I didn't have a chance to read, so I feel bad, but I'll let you take lead. Amazon Lord of the Rings series will focus on a young Aragorn.
He's like 300, right? Or 169 years old?
I don't know. He's old.
Yeah, Aragorn's like in his hundreds, so that's gonna be crazy.
Is he he's not the human?
No, he's half human, half dwarf. I think it's dwarf or elf. I don't know. I can't remember which one right now, to be honest.
Life, though, yeah. He's
yeah. So it's probably elven, to be honest, because he actually does me with the elf. I remember in the movies now. Yeah, I think he's half elven, but I think the first season is going to focus on him, and this apparently Amazon is throwing $1 billion behind this, trying to make it their own sort of Game of Thrones world.
Oh,
right. So first season will focus on him, and I'm guessing second season is another character, and then so on and so forth.
Oh, okay.
So I was wondering if you guys remember Lord of the Rings, like which character would you actually rather see a history of, aside from him? Because I actually in the movies, I didn't really. Yes, I didn't really identify with Aragorn at all in Lord of the Rings.
I didn't care for him.
I was definitely down with the elves, though.
Yeah.
I want to just give me a show about elves.
Yeah,
well, you could do that.
Dope. Pick whatever story. Pick what, and I mean, Lord of the Rings would actually be nice because the elves are really dope. So
yeah, I
wouldn't mind that at all.
And they have different. Don't they have like the wood elves and the dis elves? And,
yeah.
So it's like you could do the whole political commentary on
Legolas.
Legolas?
Oh, Legolas. Yeah, there you go. I'd just rather see a history on like that sort of the way they fight. They were like the best part of Lord of the Rings. You're waiting for them to come on screen after the first time. They were like the Amazons when the Amazons first came on in Wonder Woman. You know, that kind of oh, what? This is crazy.
Plus, they're hundreds of years. Like they can live for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Forever.
So you can do a season like where it's like one family, and then you could jump 300 years into the future, show how the world's changed, but they're still the same actors because they didn't age, and that's perfectly fine.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't really care about the Bilbos and all those anymore. You know, like
we've done some movies.
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah, that. Exactly. Yeah. So I'd rather see like even the dwarves. I'd rather see a movie based on them because they're like just a rowdy bunch too. So
yeah, I respect the dwarves. Dwarves are always like those the they like mine and they build weapons, and you're just like, y'all hold it down. Y'all also angry.
And they drink and eat all the time. Yeah.
Who is it? It's the dwarves, and what are the other ones that are small that the dwarves don't get along with?
Hobbits.
Oh, hobbits. Exactly. Okay.
That's the Baggins and all those people.
Yeah. DD-S3. Oh, is it true it's Bullseye?
Yeah, man. So Daredevil season 3 casts their Bullseye, who's going to be the villain for that season, and it's Wilson Bethel. He's an actor on the show Heart of Dixie. I don't really know very much about him, but I mean, if they want to keep in line with the kind of actors and acting they've been getting from the Daredevil series,
Yeah, because I feel like the Daredevil series is actually bringing in some solid actors.
Yeah.
Same thing with.
Okay, so I think they know what they're doing in terms of casting, because I never really
the only
anyone they cast on those Daredevil shows I didn't expect, and it worked out.
Yeah,
I don't question him, but he looks like he could be Bullseye.
Yeah, I remember him from Heart of Dixie. He's an okay character. Oh, he's only 34. He's pretty young. I mean, just
I like how you said only 34.
I know I'm getting old because I'm 35. So.
In Hollywood terms, people start thinking they're old.
I know, it's true. But yeah, he looks like he could do a good job as a Bullseye. Oh, he's a soap opera dude. That's where it is.
Yeah.
It's always those soap opera dudes, man. Those guys, they've just been. Can you imagine doing a soap opera? You act every day, 360. Ugh. You get like Christmas, Thanksgiving, your birthday off, maybe. Yeah. Your wife's pregnant. She delivered. Get back to set. You got 3 scenes to film today. Yeah. It's like, calm down.
Yeah.
Get out there.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. I feel like that's why Franco did it. James Franco at one point was just like, yo, I'm going to do All My Children. And people were like, yo, you're a movie star. Why are you doing that? It's just like, because these dudes work hard. This is a daily hustle. Whereas like,
it never ends.
Yeah, I'm on a movie set for 3 months and then you guys released a movie and then it's done. These guys don't stop. You know, Susan Lucci was Jessica or Erica Kane
like
for 13, 14, 30. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. She just did it for most of her life.
Long time.
I'm like 30 years because it feels like that long. I don't know if it was that long.
Because we were watching it when we were kids. That's true, and we're in our 30s. Yeah,
exactly.
So, anyways, but yeah, this dude. I mean, Bullseye as a villain. That's some interesting stuff right there because Bullseye is...
He causes problems.
Yeah. I mean...
He does, and I hope it's comic book accurate versus like the it better be.
Movie, yeah.
Everything's been more or less comic book accurate without going too crazy. Like they're not...
I want a costume too, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Listen, if they gave Daredevil his costume, they're going to give Bullseye the like... They couldn't, after what they did with Simon or whatever his name is, Colin Farrell.
Yeah,
they couldn't just put a bullseye on someone's forehead and give him a jacket. Like they're gonna give you the suit.
What kind of? It's not gonna be the skin tight lycra. Obviously, it'll be more like Daredevil's.
It'll be more like Daredevil's with the mask with a bullseye on it.
Yeah,
that's
there you
gonna
go.
Look dope.
It'll kind of be like the antithesis.
Yeah,
is that the word?
Yeah. Like the inverse.
Yeah, mix between like a practical, real version of the actual comic book costume
dope.
And Daredevil. They do those costumes very well.
It's true.
Yeah,
Elektra's costume is hype.
You think Elektra and...
She gonna die. If she comes back, she gonna die.
Yeah, because where is she now? What was the last thing we saw her?
She leading the hand, I think? Or
she's turning evil.
Yeah, she's turning evil. Yeah.
She wanted him to join her.
Matthew.
And last they were like they were underground. They were underground, right? And things were falling apart around them. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Matthew. Crazy.
Matthew.
Yeah. Great actress. They got a really good actress.
I couldn't figure out her accent because I know Elektra Natchio is supposed to be Greek, right?
Yeah.
But her
she was like
accent
French
was a
or
little
something.
Different, but not French. It
well,
was
the
like
actress,
a mix of like
Oh
yeah, the actress is French, but the accent for Elektra was like 4 different.
Yeah.
Didn't make
it's like
sense.
you're an army brat.
It was foreign enough for us Americans. Wow, I just said that.
Wow.
Yeah,
you did. It was foreign enough for
North
Americans too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Still counts
for Americans to like fall for it. Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah.
And last but not least, we get more word on Gambit.
So it's not happening. Good.
They're hoping to shoot this summer for real.
They need to give up.
Give up.
I thought the director left. Who's the director now?
It's Simon. Director, I don't know. I know Simon Kinberg is still Is he producing it still? Yeah.
Because the last thing was the director left again, and they were looking for a new director, and everyone was just like, "Give up. It's dead. Why do you keep doing this?"
Yeah, so there is no, let me see here.
They're
Speculation turns to director Jordan Vogt Roberts, who directed Kong Skull Island.
Oh.
So that guy is the potential replacement for Gore Verbinski.
Potential. Okay, that makes sense.
Who was the last guy?
I was like, you guys locked that dude down after losing everybody else? How do you guys...
they lost Gore Verbinski, like Pirates of the Caribbean fame, and you're gonna like grab this guy afterwards? I don't know if that's So I don't know if it's a for sure thing, but at this point, like you guys said, they should just drop it. There's no point anymore.
No,
Channing Tatum is like, I don't see him in this role, so it's just like, what's the point?
Yeah. I don't want it anymore. I don't want again. Like, I've always been a huge fan of Gambit. I've always wanted a Gambit movie. I've said it from the beginning that I think Gambit is a super interesting character. But the problem is not Gambit at this point. The problem is everyone around Gambit trying to make the movie happen, Fox and all those people who don't seem to have a plan in place.
It's made by fanboys and girls who just think Gambit's pretty and it can market to women, but they don't actually care about Remy LeBeau.
Yeah, that's
Remy LeBeau.
That's a good point. That's really what it is. They don't actually care about the character.
Like you're coming out here like, let's make Channing Tatum Gambit. No, let's not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because he doesn't even fit the...
There's like 9 other lanky or muscular like guys out there on soap operas that you could get to play Gambit.
Well, even this dude that's going to be playing
operas.
Bullseye is a dude that looks like he could have
been
played Gambit.
So
That's funny.
You just need him to be slim but fit. And then, you know, he has to have a good throwing hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in all honesty, I think Channing Tatum, I hate to say this, might already be too old to play Gambit.
A little too old and a little too fit. He's not that slim.
Yeah.
He was a little big.
No, it's not.
When he was younger and he first started out, maybe. But now he's too thick for the
bigger.
character. Yeah.
The
At least
older
I
you
think so.
get- No, he is for sure, absolutely. He's not as ripped.
Oh, by the way, we
Or
mentioned
lanky.
that story. Speaking of Gambit, Dave confirmed it for us. It's called Hard Sun, or Last
Yes.
Sun. Last Sun. Sorry,
Oh,
it's called Last Sun. Hard Sun is a TV show from BBC. My bad. It's called Last Sun. I remember now. And it's a story about Gambit running around wiping out the other Gambits in the alternate realities so that he can become the strongest. Kind of like Highlander. It's essentially exactly
New
like Highlander.
Sun, actually.
Sorry?
It's New Sun.
Oh, it's New Sun.
Yeah, he messed up. It's
Oh,
New
even
Sun.
he messed up. Okay, so it's New Sun. Sorry, y'all. It's called New Sun. It's a Gambit story. Essentially, Gambit meets Highlander. It sounds really dope as a storyline.
Yeah.
So if you guys are looking for a comic book to read, you can check that out. Tobi, there's one thing we forgot to...
Gambit turns into the executioner.
Oh,
Get it?
Are you... Are you proud of that one, Tobes? Are you proud of that one?
I am. It came to me and I had to say it.
Real quick, because I forgot to write it down. Actually, I'll add this last because you had one more thing on the list. You had something about Avengers Infinity War has now earned 1.68, if I round up, billion dollars in 3 weeks.
Yeah, man. And that's so to put this in perspective, when Jurassic World was released in 2015,
Yeah.
till now, its lifetime till now is the same as what Avengers Infinity War is right now.
That's amazing.
And it got there in 3 weeks.
And I told
So
you
when I said 2 billion when this movie came out, it's gonna hit 2 billion in another month, maybe less.
Doesn't that scare you guys a little though?
No.
My thing about that is like right now, when you like my girl and I were trying to figure out what movie we could maybe see on the weekend other than a superhero movie, and we were checking,
gosh.
and every theater, every movie theater inside the movie theater, half of the theaters are showing the Avengers Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
And then the others are
Still.
showing like 1 or 2 movies, and that's it because there's no room for anybody else.
That's why we have Netflix.
Oh
That's
shit!
it.
That's
why we have
not
Netflix.
wrong. That's not
It's
wrong.
not wrong. That's why we have Hulu. That's why we have Netflix. That's like you wanted alternative ways. Here's your alternative ways. But
That's crazy. So
let a
you think
nigga
more
try
and
to
more
tell me
about
that we don't want superhero movies.
Skinny
Let
just
someone
made
try to
it
tell
so
me.
real
Let
with
someone
that.
try to tell me about Marvel's gonna be done. Shut up. Just shut up. You want your diversity? Go to Netflix. Go to Hulu.
You
There,
just
you got
made
it.
it
You got
so
it.
real.
You complained. You got it. Now you have it. Don't complain.
Because there's that whole
True.
thing with the Academy about saying like if you don't release a movie in the theaters, if it's only on Netflix, it doesn't count. Even like the Cannes Film Festival, however it's pronounced, the whole thing this year that people were upset about is if you didn't screen the movie in France, it's not eligible anymore. And Netflix is just like, we're not going to start renting out theaters just to screen the
for
movie
that.
so we can be eligible. Bun that. So they pulled all their movies out,
Yeah.
which some people at Netflix were like directors and stuff were a little upset about because they really did want to screen their films there because it
is
comes
Cannes,
with
yeah.
it comes
So
with
here's what's
hurry.
gonna happen. Netflix is gonna start their own film festival.
Oh,
Probably.
200%. In like 5 years, yeah,
Probably
Yeah,
even
for
less.
sure, even less.
Damn.
They're
That's
gonna
crazy,
Why not?
though.
out with the old. They don't need them anymore. They don't need that. If you don't want to adapt your rules to us,
But
and
you
we're
have
coming
some
up with a new
directors like Spielberg says if a movie comes out on Netflix and not in theaters, it's not a real movie.
that's good for Spielberg.
Yeah,
Spielberg's
who
also
are
80
you?
years old.
Yes. You know what? You know who usually has issues with all this stuff?
Old.
Old
The
people.
old people.
Yeah. You funny dirty motherfuckers.
Look at James. Look at James Cameron.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't. There's a pattern here. There's a pattern.
Look at
It's
Cameron. And you've been
old-
working. You go on. I was gonna say.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna fish.
I was just gonna say.
I was about to be mean.
I was just gonna say Cameron can say that, but he's been working on Avatar for what, 20 years?
Yeah.
He's been working on a sequel since the last one came out.
Yeah. Yo,
Come on, man.
Yo, that's some truth though.
You ruined The Last Airbender just for that, and I still don't have your sequel. Stop it. Stop it. Grimmest old man. No one cares. Jeez.
You know who he reminds me of? Have you ever seen that Clint Eastwood movie where he's sitting on the porch?
Gran Torino.
Gran Torino. That's who James Cameron reminded me of.
These damn superhero
movies. Oh man.
Yo, but that's some truth right there. If you're not going to put yourself in a theater, you might as well sell to Netflix and let them stream you, because you're still going to get. You're still going to get the streams. You're still getting paid. Because Netflix buys movies. Go ahead.
Blumhouse is doing that more and more now.
Blumhouse
right?
A lot of that.
They're releasing though, but they're still putting some stuff on Netflix.
Yeah.
I feel like more production companies should just do that. We're gonna watch it. You're actually gonna get views for something, and if you really don't care about numbers and by numbers I mean money, as you said, in terms of box office, this is the best way for you to get your art out there to people right now. Technology.
Yeah, because Netflix buys it for a good price. Like, what was it? What was the last one? Cloverfield. They produced it for 30 or 40, and then Netflix bought it for like 20 million more.
20. Yeah, I forget exactly how much they bought it for, but it was a significant enough amount for the
that you make back your money. You make back your money, and you get a good licensing deal out of it that gets you international viewership. And I feel like Netflix is the one that puts the money into the subtitles and the voiceover for all the different languages. They're not asking you to do that. So Netflix puts that on the back end, and now your movie that originally was just in English has subtitles from all over the world and has voiceover from all over the world. Yeah, and you're getting like...
Netflix bought it for 50.
Wow.
And they made it for 40 to 50. So they still... Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. 1 second. Let me take a look.
Yeah, because
40 to 50, so they broke even.
They broke even.
You know, well,
it's not a loss. It's not a loss.
No, it's not. Exactly.
So what
Imagine making something from your just like that, producing it, and then literally handing someone else an MP4.
Yeah.
And getting $50 million.
Yeah.
Here's the file. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yeah. True. True.
Why do I need to go through an account?
It cost me $50 million to make this. I could take the risk of releasing it. No one goes to the theater to see it.
Not making any money back.
I give it to you guys who are going to give you the exact $50 million.
Easy flip.
And it gets my money, my face, my name out there.
Thank you.
Easy
That's
flip.
what I was going to say.
My next one, if this one is actually as good as I think it is, it's just going to do crazy numbers.
Bong. That's exactly it. That's the big thing. Yeah. You break even, and you get the visibility and notoriety that comes with the movie. If the movie does well, you're good. If the movie does bad, you're still good. Because what's the one that the guy did? The Bright? Yeah. Everyone's shitting on the movie. Dude's still making movies. No one cared. It still had great viewership. It still was the...
Some people really liked it, actually. So it's like, whatever.
Anyways. Yeah, so, like we were
talking... I feel like people don't understand Max Landis, man.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what it is. Combo. Yeah.
I honestly don't know what it is, because I love it.
Chronicle was everything. I like Chronicle. That was also a Landis movie. Yeah,
it was. I like this TV show Dirk Gently too. I thought it was weird. He lives in a world where fantasy is reality.
Yes, he likes to do that. Yeah.
Like it is your reality. So why? And people just right now, I feel, to have a hard time wrapping their minds around. Oh, Will Smith is a cop in the real world, but his partner's an ogre or whatever he is. Yeah. You know, like it's just the weird thing that doesn't like register with people. But I get it. I don't know, and that's just the comic book fan of me talking, I guess, too. But
no, I agree with you. I think he thinks like us, like geeks, and people aren't okay with that. They have such a weird.
And have you ever heard him rant about like ideas? He's like a mad genius. I enjoy watching his videos.
Also, is it him who rants about wrestling? He has like a whole thing about
yeah.
The last
I think he used to write for WWE or something.
Oh, did he? Okay. The last one that I was going to bring up earlier that I forgot, but you and I both forgot to put it down, but we mentioned it. Eternals. They're working on the Eternals film. They got a script, Ryan Firpo, to pen the script for the Eternals movie. The Firpo's Ruin script follows the former Nazi captain who hunts down members of his task force to atone for his evil deeds. Introduced in 1976 by legendary comic book creator Jack Kirby, the Eternals are superpowered evolutionary offshoot of humanity that star heroes such as Cersei, Athena, and Icarus.
Okay, so what's crazy about this? Again, Skinny says this a lot. We say it too, but they are listening to us.
Yeah, because we just did That's Canon this weekend on Saturday, and I just talked about the Eternals, and I like my book. I even took out the Eternals book and was like going through it and telling them like, "Yo, now that Marvel messed up with the Inhumans, this is their opportunity to do this." At the same time, if this merger thing happens, you could still create that galactic thing with these guys because they have the celestial beings. And then, bong, here you go. They announced
and then the Okoye female Black Panther thing too was the same day.
Yeah,
so I'm just like, and then literally 3 days later, these are coming out as possible rumors. I'm like, what?
I know. I just wish we had put those episodes out like pre-recorded because they're pre-recorded, so it's gonna sound like they're late when they come out. But we predicted this stuff just to let you guys know. On May 12th, we all had this conversation. I mean, hindsight, god damn it, there's no way to prove it. Anyways, crazy. But we know what we did. Did
you guys hear another rumor? Zac Efron was like rumored to be Nightwing for like a hot minute.
For real?
Yeah, I heard about
that. Yeah. This was on the same, I think this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, I saw like a crazy headline. Zac Efron cast as Dick Grayson in the Nightwing. I was like, what?
Wait, this is in the cinematic universe, right? The DC.
This is, yeah.
Because they already have their Grayson for the TV show.
No, it's the Nightwing film.
Are they still doing that? I find it weird that they're doing the Titans series.
Well, I can't say it's like, it's still they're still talking about it.
Okay.
But with everything happening at DC, it's obviously up in limbo now too. Yeah. But the director, the producer has said that they're not, I don't actually didn't say it, but I don't think they're actively casting for the role right now anyway.
Okay.
Word.
Yeah, man, that's one of my dreams dashed with this whole thing. But
I know but you said if ever you're going to do Nightwing, they should do it as a series, no?
Which they are.
Yeah, but not as a Teen Titan. The Teen Titan one looks stupid.
Just wait.
Let's wait until we see it, though.
We'll wait.
He's already hating on it.
I am. They got to blow my mind with this one.
That's fair.
You'll see.
I hope DC Universe comes out soon because we keep seeing clips and stuff. They announced Doom Patrol is going to be a live action series.
Justice.
Young Justice is the animated series. They're working on Titans as a series. They're going to be working on another thing, supposedly. Some other animated series with Harley Quinn. So DC Universe sounds like it's going to have a lot of stuff. I'm hoping that when it comes, it's going to come into Canada right away, the way CBS Access came into Canada recently, and see. Netflix is already here. Well, I mean, I don't want to necessarily bootleg if I don't have to.
Yeah.
You know, I want to support DC Universe if they're going to give me... Because if we don't, they're not going to continue as a network.
Yeah.
We saw it in Canada. Show Me folded mad quick when they tried to do their streaming service.
True.
You know, if people don't sign up, there's no money in it. You know, advertisers aren't going to put anything into it. And if not enough people are paying into it, it's just like, it's a waste. Let's close it down. So, fingers crossed. Something interesting happening. Guys, that's a whole show. It's already an hour, 40 minutes at this point.
Bangity bang bang.
Skinny, anything to tell the people?
No, not really. Just check out my Action Figgy Skinny page and just look out for new stuff coming out by me. I'm putting out a lot of content, working on a show, a few things coming out here, doing some writing, so you'll see some stuff soon. Okay. Very soon. Working on some production deals and whatnot.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we'll talk.
Cool.
We'll be you'll see.
Tobes? Anything for the people?
Nah, nothing new. See y'all next episode, but Instagram at @thatfitdude.
There you go. That's the whole show, guys. Thank you for tuning in on FranklinArmstrong.com. You can check us out on Instagram at @AStrongFranklin. That is also the tag on Twitter. If you want to hit us up on Vero, it's Franklin Armstrong Collective. You want to hit us up on YouTube, it's tinyurl.com/Franklin Armstrong DOTCOM. And on Facebook, it's the same thing, Franklin Armstrong DOTCOM. If you guys want to hit me up, you can hit me up at Brian Holiday, HOLIDAE. That's it. That's all. Thank you for tuning in. Don't drink and drive or zero Jimmy Caps because safe sex is good sex. Bring it back. That's the whole show. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Deuces.